My name is Becky Ball. I'm an associate professor in the School of Mathematical and Natural Sciences at ASU's West Campus. The BioArt program was started by me and an art professor, Richard Lerman, and he is an artist who has worked in landscapes and soundscapes and had done a sabbatical at this field station in Finland. And that particular research station where we ended up taking the students has a niche there for bioartists. And so he was there as an artist, really wanted to bring students there on this program. Through my work in particularly Antarctica, I've worked with a lot of artists. So the Antarctic program has an artist and writers program where they send artists to follow around the science and do a much better job at communicating it. So I'd worked with a lot of artists through that program. We ended up getting NSF funding.
A lot of artists actually do end up working with scientists at some point, so I think it was cool that I got to do it while I'm still doing my undergrad.
A good scientist has to be creative. You have to be creative to think of new types of research and new ways of approaching those traditional questions. So training them together causes the science students to practice some things that are maybe not traditionally taught, but yet are very important for scientists. And it gives artists a chance to see this is how they can apply their work.
It gave us the opportunity to artistically say something that the science can prove.
We hear about the climate change, we hear about sustainability, we hear about all these things, and I think it's hard for people to connect to it if they don't have a visual way to look at it.
I want to help people understand that not all of this is going to be the same as it was 5 years ago or today. We need to plan for that especially, and that's what I hope I can do as a scientist later on.
And I had tunnel vision. I was just thinking science. And they really opened my eyes to there's a gray area. Art can be whatever you want. You can include whatever you want. You can say whatever you want with art.
So they communicated it in two different ways. One, a video montage that focused on an epic poem that is part of that Sami culture that's native to that area, as well as collages.
We focused on the plant species, and it wasn't until we were walking around the lake and we just kind of realized how pretty everything is out there. But what would this look like given the global climate predictions? Like, what would it look like in 50 years? What would it look like in 100 years?
It's difficult to study climate change in 2 weeks, and so he went a different nerd approach, which is to do the math modeling and projecting the future mathematically, so collecting data for what it currently looks like and then using the work of other scientists to project how that's going to change in the future.
How can I explain this to relatives or friends that just don't know anything about science? And how can I make it interesting and cool for little kids to be inspired by it? From there, I just read and read and read. We did a painting, so pretty much it visualizes the results of what it looks like now, every color signifying a different plant, what it would look like in 50 years, and what it would look like in 100 years.
And basically what we ended up with the art project was a 3-panel composite image that involved the first panel being our control group, so no climate change or as Lake Kilpis Harvey sits now. The second group with moderate climate change, and the third group with more extreme climate change.
The scientific poster that we did and the art project really correlated really well and blended well together. It really worked out. Everybody loves our art piece. Again, I really had a job in mind that I wanted to go to when I graduated, and now that my world has opened up, there's so many more possibilities that I thought.